Hiya, you're watching Bits. Today on Bits, we're driving cars we can't afford in the latest Need for Speed. We're fighting wars we never knew in Shogun Total War. And we're sizzling pigs we'll never eat in the madcap Hogs of War. And it all ends with a nice competition.
But now, Alex takes the street in our first review.
If tire tread is your art and mud is your medium, chances are your muse is a swifty wee Scot named Colin McRae. It was a genius move by Codemasters to combine the popular Racing Pro with their ultra-accessible first rally title. They set a landmark with the 1998 release of the original, and since then, over 1.25 million copies have been sold in Europe alone. After donning the gloves and the bodysuit, Colin McRae 2.0 was booted up on the old grey box. It drove away with our fantasies, and that was just the title screen. Colin will take over your life. The accessibility will make even non-believers kowtow to the McRae magic. The visuals will take you on a journey of disbelief and return you to the starting line a new person. There's only a little bit of slowdown throughout the game, but when you consider how far they've pushed the processing limits, you'll forgive and move on to gape at the spoiler or the bumper or the boot or anything else. It's awfully simple to veer off in the wrong direction, but not for lack of control. Simply put, you'll be too busy sightseeing. The researchers in this industry have enviable jobs.
Aim the wings, right! No, left!
For example, in this masterpiece, they were hastened away to Finland, Greece, Sweden, France, and Australia with a camcorder and the simple order to have a good time. The cars have had a facelift and a transfer. Thanks to Call's hungry pockets, the first gear stick you're likely to take hold of isn't the old Subaru Impreza, but the Ford Focus. After that, you've got a choice of 21 cars, plus the hidden extras. All of them now proudly flaunt their transparent windscreens. But in truth, crystal clear glass doesn't stay that way for long, even in the fantasy world of Sony. So, on the stretches of tarmac, mud, snow, and rain, you'll be graced with obscured vision. The odd tree has a way of breaking up the view as well. Floppy parts mean slower drive times and showers of yellow sparks, which tend to be a bit detrimental for making it to the finish line. If you thwack things hard enough, which tends to happen when coming to terms with power sliding and fishtailing, you'll end up back in the shop for some work. All dirty work is attended to between courses in the full season mode and adjusted according to weather conditions, surface type, time of day, and whether you prefer to pull from fore or aft in all the other modes. But you can't actually kill the car. Watch as rotten! Collie's gone a bit more social. Fame has spoiled him for company, so he's invited you to bring some pals around for some excellent arcade action. You can race head-to-head on an ever-grading split screen, or you can battle against road-rageous AI. They've done away with the training mode, opting instead for more interaction between you, Colin, and Nicky Grist. Whereas Gran Turismo's for Anorax, Colin McRae is for the goober in all of us. Version 2 looks new, looks trendy, and plays fantastic. It's super realistic, super accessible, and super cool. It's it. That's a joy.
Golf. According to this next game, golf is for everybody. Golf is cool. Well, this title does its darned best to get me really into a bit of putting. I have my suspicions, though, it would all turn out to be wet pants. Now, I realise there's a lot of golfing fans out there, so I'll be objective. For a golfing game, it definitely approaches the sport with the most fun and light-hearted attitude. It doesn't get too bogged down in the utter dullness of it all.
See ya!
The approach is largely reflected by the comic characters you get to play. The actual gameplay is made nicely cartoony. You measure up the distance to the hole, select club, weigh up the variables such as wind direction, speed, landscape. Then your drive is controlled by both the impact and power bar.
It's simple, but you still need to apply some knowledge of the game, although in reality it all seemed quite random to me. So, the golfing gimmicks are all the same, but how developers clap hands could revolutionise such a game is hard to imagine. The animations are nothing special either. However, I do admire the game for its more humorous approach to the characters. To start off with, you can choose from 3 players with a potential 10 more to unlock. Of course, I chose Sam at first, because she loves the game almost as much as them all. So I figured we may have a common understanding. But there's also Fat Mel, a guy who scratches his body if you take too long teeing off, and a real dudester who's a bit too cool. While the sound is nothing to rave about, in fact I found the whistling wind and odd bird cry rather lonesome, the courses are detailed with trees, lakes and bunkers to avoid. Falling leaves, butterflies and birds all add to the emphasis on relaxing, gentle gameplay. Though when I took too long measuring up my drive, a commentator literally shouted at me to
Come on, hurry up.
It's best to start the game in versus mode, as here you can putt an 18-hole course, gain points and ranking to compete in the tournament mode, and start unlocking the 8 courses on offer, including Death Valley. Imagine you've been sentenced to death by golf. They've put a lot of work into the camera angles and freedom of zooming up and down. There's a nice little hole's eye view too when you finally putt the ball. Duh! What am I saying? It's dull, 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 dull. To be honest, the golf sim just doesn't ring my bell. But with the emphasis on taking the frump out of the game, it's sure to putt its way into golfing fans' affections pretty soon. Everybody's Golf 2 is out now!
Here's a quick look at some of the games you can buy right now.
Like your sci-fi? Like your Top Gear? Well, there's a Dreamcast game that might just be for you. Your task is to drive around a distant planet and rid it of its alien invaders. There are 15 single-player missions, high-res landscape and free roaming. A first-person shooter on wheels. Rugrats the cartoon gave us Rugrats the movie. Now they've both spawned Rugrats Studio Tour for the PlayStation.
Welcome to the Gigantumongous Studio Tour, everyone.
The babies are back to take you behind the scenes of a major motion picture studio. For a Sprog's eye view of Tinseltown, slip away from the tour guide and explore the sets and props of the movie mogul's playground.
If we go now, maybe there'll be monsters in there. I don't do well with monsters.
Including an expedition for Chucky in outside space.
You with a fishbowl on your head. The film crew has been waiting for hours.
And a western adventure called Lazy Saddles.
Hey, y'all come in now, you hear?
Tommy, Chucky, Phil and Angelica can find the missing baby Dill, but only with your help. Lights, camera, action. Babies out there, your challenge awaits. Wettrix Plus is the first UK Dreamcast puzzle game. This game won't take long to master. If you love the mind games of Tetris, you'll love this groovy game of rainbows, ice cubes and rubber ducks. Watch out for earthquakes, although the whole experience won't rock your world, as the gameplay soon becomes repetitive and the graphics often confuse your eyeballs. The Dreamcast version of this game, originally released on PC and N64, has gained a plus sign. But we must wonder if this really makes it much better.
It's cheat time on bits.
In Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the N64, here's how to unlock the super-duper private carrera and all her special moves. Start the game in any mode as Officer Dick, press pause, hold down L1 and press C left, C down, C right, C down, up, right, left.
In Crash Team Racing for the PlayStation, here's how you can play as Ripperoo. On the main menu, hold down L1 and R1, then press right circle circle, down, up, down, right.
In MDK2 on the Dreamcast, you can make the whole thing even more trippy with total slow motion action. While playing as Max, hold down R and press up, 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 up.
Join us
After the break.
For this.